Yeah.
Close. That's close. Thank you, sir.
That's pretty cool.
That's good. Dennis, welcome. And let's start off with the fun, easy stuff. I'm really disappointed. No beard. What's the deal here, pal?
Yeah. It's new look, new season. I do it every year. People, I mean, I wasn't playing back then, so people really didn't know.
Right.
But I had a mohawk one year, and I changed it all.
So is the beard going to come back?
I don't know if I
You don't know.
like it.
Okay. All right. Well, it would have been a great line of questioning because we had a couple years ago in the league, we had the kid at Kansas State, Jacob.
Right.
Here's the beard.
Mm-hmm.
And then, there's a lot of beards floating around. You got James Harden, I guess, at Oklahoma, at the Oklahoma City. And that reliever with, I don't know if you follow baseball.
Yeah,
the guy with the San Francisco Giants. So anyway, I mean, but that's fine. I mean, maybe you could.
I kind of want to get away from it. That was one of the reasons too. I mean, everybody had beards, So I was like,
that's cool.
My whole family has beards.
Right.
That's how it is,
Yeah.
But I was trying to get away from that a little bit too.
Gotcha. Well, and now was it something where everybody wanted to talk about the beard and didn't want to talk about how you play?
Exactly. That's one of the things. I mean, not really when you play a game.
Right.
Of course, they're not going to talk about your beard, but I mean, most of the time, people recognize you with the dude with the beard, and it's cool. I don't really mind it. I just didn't feel like having it anymore.
Let's talk about basketball. Forget facial hair, beards. We'll get onto something that's important. Okay, you guys are one of the new teams going in the Big 12. Do you guys have? I mean, is it going to be one of those things where you've heard about it, you know about it, but until you guys go like on the road and play at Texas or Kansas, is this year going to be a lot of kind of, hey, this is different and new, and you're going to have to be kind of experiencing things?
Of course, yeah. But I mean, in the end, we're playing ball,
right?
And Hugs have a good idea of what's going on in Big 12. So whatever he says, we do it, and that's how it goes. But as much as I know, it's a fast-paced game, and we're adjusting to that. We play like that now, and it's way more fun to play like that. So I think Big 12 is going to be really good for us.
Right. So the Big East, we all know most of the time was a wrestling match, particularly inside.
Which I like.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, you got this. You can handle that inside, right. but you probably prefer when everybody wants to kind of get things spread out. First of all, it gives you a lot more opportunity to maybe go one-on-one rather than have three guys hanging on you.
Exactly, and I enjoy that. I enjoy wrestling people. I love it.
Yeah.
But we need. I mean, after this season, I'm going to be out of college basketball, and pros, they play faster-paced basketball, so I think it's going to help me a lot and help everybody a lot in West Virginia. I think that was a great move to be here.
You guys have 3 transfers that have played at other Division I schools. Talk about some of those guys. You got another. There's a guy, Eric Murray, is a big guy. How are you guys going to play together? What's the situation with him? And maybe talk about some of the other 2 guys that are transfers.
Well, Eric Murray is a great talent. Offensively, he got a bunch of weapons, which everybody knows that anyways. But on defense, he has wingspan of a small plane. So he can help us a lot with that because it's really hard to shoot over.
Yeah.
And I think whenever he wants to, he can guard people. So I think that's going to help us in that in the defensive part.
Right.
And Juwan, he's a real good guard. He can pass the ball. He likes to push the ball, and that's what we want. And he's the type of guy that can calm people down and organize things when the things are going down. So.
And Matt Humphrey from.
Matt is just aggressive defensive guy that can make shots. So we didn't have that. Like since I've been here, we didn't have that kind of a player. He can do. Both things were very good. He can make shots and he can guard people. So I'm really pumped about this season, and I think they're all going to help us a lot and have major minutes. I think. Right
now, they got to play in first practice. Does that help when they get rather than have like maybe a freshman or a junior college transfer, a guy that's been around? You guys at least know him from going up against them in practice while they couldn't play in games. Is that help as far as just kind of, hey, I know what this guy can do, and so it's not really, they're not having to like transition as far as getting to play with you guys, right?
Right. I mean, with Matt came this year, but Eric and Juwan's been there for a year, and I think you still don't get the whole experience, and you can adjust as well if you don't play with the team in the game.
Right.
But they've been there with us, and they know what we're all about, and that's the most important thing. I think what we're trying to do, and Hugs is mental, you know, the mindset of the game and how he plays the game. If we can understand that, players understand that, I think that's the most important thing. And that 1 year, I think, gave them an advantage to understand that better than other guys.
I was looking at the stats. You guys last year didn't shoot very well from outside.
Yeah.
Assuming that was a problem, I know you guys are working on that. If you guys get better outside shooting,
right.
First of all, how does it help the team in general? And second of all, how's it going to help guys like you and Eric? The fact that, you know, I assume last year everybody said, you know what, we're giving that three, we're going to be around the basket.
Exactly, and that's what happened. It was really hard for us to score. Even if we got the ball every time, it was just so hard for us to score because we didn't have that much of a threat outside. And everybody's been on gym, and in the summer, whole summer, nobody went anywhere, nobody went home, and everybody just worked. So I think we're not going to have that problem, and we have Matt now and Juwan, and they can make shots outside. So I think it's going to be, I think we're not going to have that problem, and it's going to open up a lot of things for me and Eric and Damo.
When we came, we do a football media tour as far as all the camps. We got to make a trip to Morgantown, and Coach Huggins gave us a tour of that practice facility.
Right.
That's pretty sweet, number one. And number two, I'm guessing that it's a lot easier to want to go and get up extra shots when you go to a facility like that.
Exactly. I mean, it's just one of those places that you want to be in all the time. I actually slept there. Should just to be there because everything is there. You get your food. There's places there, big screen TV.
I mean, it's
locker room is amazing, and it's you can go in there anytime you want to. So we got the cards, and we just swipe our card and go in and get extra shots. We didn't have that back then.
Right. What's it like playing for Coach Huggins?
It is. I think I'm one of the luckiest basketball players that have the, honor to play for him because it is. I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't do what I've been doing without Hugs. I mean, of course, there's been other coaches affected my game, but 95% it's Hugs because he really basketball, making shots, rebounding, and everything. That's one thing, but really how he looks at the game and his work ethic and what working means actually. He taught us that, and I'm really lucky to work with him. I wish I had 6 years,
Deniz KILICLI from West Virginia. We're going to go over to Baylor coach Scott Drew. He's our next coach up on the interview platform, so let's go hear what Baylor coach Scott Drew has to say about this year's team.